Hey Gemini, welcome to my channel, Baddison Intuitive Tarot. In today's reading, I'm taking a look at your week ahead for October 2025. I'm gonna get really nosy, by the way. I'm gonna divide your reading into separate spreads. The first spread is gonna be dedicated to your love life, see what's going on in your love life this week, see who all is around you. And then I'm gonna make my way into a general reading, where the general reading usually consists of career and financial messages, friends and family messages, personal and spiritual development messages. Love can find its way in there too, depending if the first reading didn't cover all bases. But I will have timestamps in the description box below the video, Gemini, in case you want one over the other. All right, not everyone's looking for love, and I get that. That's why I do the general portion, okay? So with that said, let's begin. Please tap into the energy of Gemini today, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Who's heading towards them this week in regards to romantic love? And how do they feel about Gemini? What's their intentions with Gemini? How will they treat this relationship? And what is Gemini's most likely outcome this week? 2 more shuffles, 8-card spread. 1 and 2. Let's rock this and deck for my beautiful Gemmy Gems. All right, so the person heading your way this week, how do they feel about you deep down? We have the King of Swords, could be a fellow air sign, does not have to be, but this is the energy of Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Their intentions with you this week, Gemini. We have Judgment, major for Scorpio. Their behavior and actions towards the connection you guys have together. The Star card, major for Aquarius. Your feelings for this person this week. The 5 of Cups, Scorpio energy. What could be your blockage or challenge this week in your love life? The Devil, major for Capricorn. Wow, interesting spread. Your most likely outcome this week, Gemini? 9 of Pentacles, Virgo energy. I do like that card. Your advice this week, Gemini? The Empress, major for Taurus, and Venus and Libra. And the overall energy influencing you the most this week in romance, we have the 7 of Wands. That's Leo energy coming through. Influencing the 7 of Wands, we have the Page of Wands, more fire energy. And then we have the 4 of Cups. So Gemini, you've got someone reaching out to you this week. However, there's something going on with you where you may feel like you don't want to respond right away. Whether it's something to do with this person or something to do with what's going on in your life in general. Because sometimes we do get into moods where we're like, oh, I like this person, but I'm not in the mood to talk. I'll definitely do my best and see what's going on. But you got someone coming towards you trying to fight for your attention this week. They're like, hey, Gemini, come on now. Don't make me send you a double text. Can you pick up the phone? Can you answer? Something like that. You got someone that's trying to stay hopeful and keep the faith that, you know, what they're wanting to achieve here works out. Now, the Judgment as intentions can sometimes represent intending to get another chance at something. If there was already a failed attempt at the 2 of you's connection, we will see. Sometimes Judgment can be the card of asking for forgiveness, asking, you know, saying sorry. And you do have the 5 of Cups as your feelings for this person. So I don't know if they disappointed you recently and now you're in this energy of, I don't want to talk to them this week. I'll maybe talk to them in a couple of days, but just I need some space for myself. Could be what I'm getting off of you. So let's dive in, because I am concerned about the fact that the Devil is showing up in the blockage. The Devil shows up sometimes in the blockage when 2 people are not really showing up good for each other right now, whether there's constant bickering or there's, you know, something going on. Let's see. Let's take a look at your person's feelings. They want to talk to you. That's what they're being clear about. They're like, I want to talk to Gemini. They won't let me say what I need to say. Clarify the King of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Swords, Gemini's court card. The Knight of Swords as feelings combined with the Page of Cups shows me you got someone that's trying to reach out to you this week, and they're trying to be sweet, but then it kind of switches from being sweet to being more, you know, urgent in nature. And that kind of tells me that you're not being that responsive to them, or you're not responding in the way that they're expecting from you. And then I got that Page of Wands again that we just talked about a second ago. Page of Wands is this person's way of coming to you with some positive news, trying to lighten up the mood, trying to make you laugh, trying to make you, you know, just feel good. And then I got the Page of Swords showing me this person keeping a close eye on the situation this week to see if anything that they're doing is working or if they need to switch it up a little bit and come to you as a different approach, with a different approach. And then I see the Five of Cups again, which is in your feelings right now. It's like I have a Gemini that's looking at the situation thinking, is this really what I'm supposed to align myself with? Is this person really good for me? Am I really good for them? Is this really going to work out, or do I just let this person go? It's like I have a Gemini that's like, I don't know what I need to do here. This person's coming towards me and I don't know how I should respond to it. So you're just not responding because you don't know how to respond. It's kind of what I'm getting off of you, Gemini. So let's clarify your feelings. And I was trying to pick up the cards, and this one card wanted to stay on the table, and it's the Hanged Man. Oftentimes the Hanged Man comes in when we're in this type of energy, when we're stalling. We're not ready to respond, but we're not ready to say goodbye. We're not ready to say hello. We're just kind of like hitting the pause button on our heart to figure things out. So you're coming in with emotions for this person this week, Gemini, but your emotions feel like you're, how can I explain this? You're adopting a passive approach to your emotions this week. You're clearly in your feelings, but you're not necessarily taking action on these feelings right now because you may feel like you gotta reserve your energy for yourself right now because of something that you just went through with this person. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if you guys had a recent disagreement. I don't know if you saw something in the relationship that left you feeling like, whoa, this isn't good for me. I will do my best to clarify that Devil card because it's the Devil card that's coming in as some sort of game changer. Sometimes the devil shows up in our feeling or in the blockage when fears are getting in the way, insecurities are getting in the way. Two of Cups and the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Now the Eight of Swords is your card. That's your minor arcana. And following it is the Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. You clearly care about this person, Gemini. You feel like this is a soulmate connection, but don't get hung up on the term soulmates. Soulmates come and go all the time. They're here to teach us. We're here to teach them. Some do become life partners. Others become important lessons that we never forget. You're kind of stuck, Eight of Swords, in regards to whether this is someone that you're meant to have a future with. There's a part of you that can envision a future with them, but there's another part of you that envisions the future not being good for you, bringing you stress, bringing you chaos, things like that. You're trying to gain clarity here, and then there's that Five of Cups energy again. And then I see the Empress, and I got the Empress as your advice. So I don't know if you're going to a mother figure this week asking for advice, like, hey, you know, do you see me happy with this person, or have I been more stressed since they came into my life? Is this really going to grow? Something like that, Gemini. So let's clarify this person's intentions, and then I'm going to get right into that devilly energy. Now, like I said before, judgment comes in as intentions when someone's intending to, you know, like look at something from a different perspective and review their own actions and judge themselves, because we can only judge ourselves, right? I like to look at the judgment card similar to, you know, hitting rewind on a video and watching it play back, you know, step by step. Like watching your love story on a TV screen and looking back at the recent events and seeing, okay, where did I go wrong? Where did this person go wrong? What could I do differently? Is there anything to do differently? Is there a soul lesson sprinkled in all this? That's how I look at the judgment card. Okay, and then going from there, making a decision on whether this love story deserves a part 2, a sequel, or if this is where the love storyline has already, you know, made itself clear on what it's meant to be and the chapter closes. Something like that. But with that Star card being in this person's behavior, I'm not getting that this person wants this story to end. Clarify that judgment. Clarify the Judgment card as this person's intentions with Gemini. The Moon on the bottom and the King of Swords again. The King of Swords is standing there with that sword, you know, lowered as if to prepare to raise that sword and speak up about something. And it's tied into the fact that this person's confused. This person's confused about where you stand, and they want some answers. Whether they deserve answers right away or not, that's up to you. This reading is not like saying that they did anything wrong or that you did anything wrong, but that there was some sort of external influence to the situation. So let me get into the devil right now, and I'll be able to understand what that moon is talking about. Why is the devil in the blockage, please? Well, that was already flipped over. We got the Fool. We'll see if it comes back out. I don't remember when it flipped over. Clarify the devil as the blockage, please, for Gemini's love life this week. Hello. Strength card on the bottom. That's way too many freaking cards, you guys. Oh, that's way too many. I'll just show you what they are, and I'm going to put them back in. It's just too many. The Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, King of Cups, Knight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. For someone could have been emotionally unavailable and may have showed that in actions, and it left someone feeling like, if you're not emotionally ready, what are we doing here? We'll see if it comes back out. The friggin' devil again. Holy smokes. And it came out with the Eight of Cups. And then I see the Ace of Pentacles. With the devil showing up 2 times along with the Eight of Cups, Gemini, for what's challenging your love life this week, it's almost like you're looking at the situation thinking, yeah, this is too stressful. I'm out of here. I'm walking away. However, when the Eight of Cups shows up in the blockage, we're having trouble walking away. All right? Because I reverse the energy when it's in the blockage position. It's feeling like you need to walk away, but having trouble disengaging because the connection is very intense. It can have so many highs and lows. There could be children involved. There could be money involved. There could be other factors that are adding to different layers of why it's not that easy to just walk away from something. Love is complicated at times. It doesn't have to be, but it can be. It feels like I have a Gemini that's like, I've invested so much and I've gotten no return on my investment. But if that's the case, then shouldn't that answer be easier? But like I said, there could be other things involved. You're still not telling me, though, what the actual deception is or what is going on with that. What is that devil doing? Is the devil infusing you guys with insecurities? Is that devil, bringing third parties involved? Is that devil bringing in addictions? What is that devil bringing to your situation, and can it be dealt with? Give me more on that devil. The King of Wands and the Emperor and the Queen of Wands. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of fire. And then I see the Tower and the Ace of Cups. There could be ego battles here. Like people fighting for control, fighting for the upper hand, wanting to be the line leader of the relationship, wanting to just have more of a my way or the highway sort of approach. Oftentimes when the Emperor shows up alongside the devil, not once but twice, it talks about control issues. But there's 3 people showing up here. There could be, 2 masculines and a feminine involved. There could be a third party here. And some of you Geminis, you may be feeling disappointed about something, whether you gave into a third party and now you have regrets and you can't look at this person without seeing the disappointment on their face, or they integrated a third party and you can't look at them the same way. Now, that doesn't guarantee that all of you guys are dealing with a third party. No. Not saying that at all. In fact, I want to see the 3 of Swords to confirm whether there is a third party. Third parties don't always have to be everyone bumping uglies with everybody. Third parties can be family get involved. Coworkers start to stir the pot. Someone working a lot of hours. Addictions could be a third party, like drinking a lot. It doesn't have to be other. But the fact that 3 different energies showed up tells me that there's other people maybe playing a part here. Maybe a father figure is saying, Gemini, you deserve better. Because I am getting that you're talking to some sort of mother figure here for some of you. And mother figure could be a friend that's a mom, an auntie, a grandma. Clarify the Star as this person's behavior with Gemini this week. The Strength card, the 6 of Wands, strong Leo. and the Justice card, Libra energy, and we're currently still in Libra season. It feels like this week, if there was something that this person did wrong, not saying that they have, they're wanting to correct it. If you're the one that may have done something, this person's willing to resolve it and keep hope and faith that you guys can get past this. But if there isn't like a specific thing that happened with you and this person, it's just a collection of, you know, little bits and pieces of things that are just adding up to things that you don't want to see in a relationship. They may be wanting to, like, you know, put you guys' perspectives together and see what can happen. Okay? They are coming in wanting to give this attention and to resolve something. So your most likely outcome this week is the Nine of Pentacles. Oftentimes the Nine of Pentacles talks about focusing on yourself, your money, your health, your own independence, not kind of separating yourself from the relationship this week. At least for this week. You might be thinking, I'll get back to this relationship next week. This week I need to just self-care. I need to focus on me, go to the gym, focus on, you know, getting my cup filled up so that way I'm strong enough to know what is good for me. Because when we're drained, we make bad decisions. When we're feeling depleted of energy, we can sign over to things that are not going to be good for us. You know, imagine buying a house when you're under a lot of stress. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Cups in the World card. So you got repeated nines here. 9 and 9 is 18. 18 is the number of the moon, and I got the Ten of Cups. I've got a Gemini here that wants a healthy, happy relationship with someone, and you don't want to quit. You don't want to give up on the situation with this person, so that's why you're kind of buying yourself some extra time and stalling, so you have a little bit more time to figure things out. So until then, you're going to nurture yourself, promote self-care, and just take it easy. Okay? Because right now, you're in this Nine of Swords energy, because I have it right here. Got the Eight of Swords right here. Nine of Swords is the same thing. Eight of Swords is my anxiety card during the day. Nine of Swords is my late night anxiety card. I feel like I have a Gemini that's like, is this time for me to close this chapter and just be gone? You don't want to make a mistake. You're trying to be cooperative. You're trying to not ignore this person, but at the same time, you may be letting them know, look, I'm just not feeling right now that we are in a good space. Can we connect with each other in a couple of days? Can I have a few days if you don't live together? If you do live together, Gemini, you may be just locking yourself up in your own room that is like a safe space for you. You know, like a man cave, a woman cave, something where that room is designated to be your space and people respect it. Clarify the Empress as Gemini's advice. The Eight of Wands and the Two of Swords. If you're feeling indecisive, don't make a decision. Just tend to yourself. And I feel like the right choice is going to come at you out of nowhere. And it looks like you got some fun things heading your way, Gemini. You get some fresh perspective and it jazzes you up. It energizes you. Why is the overall energy the Seven of Wands, Page of Wands? Six of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Yeah, look at that. There could have been some sort of disagreement or some sort of he said, she said stuff coming to the surface. And someone's trying to like balance everything out. So let me pull some hidden messages, and then for those of you who are not talking to your person much, I will pull how they really feel about the fact that you guys aren't talking after I pull the hidden messages. Used, then discarded, thrown away, devalued, emotional trash. Some of you Geminis may just feel like this person just comes and goes, and every time they leave, they take another piece with them of yours. Okay? And some of you are just like, the person that's meant for me would not treat me like this. Why am I accepting this shit? That's for some of you. Should have been done. Dragging on, already over, denial. Some of you Geminis, you may have some really fun energy waiting for you around the corner. Just waiting for you to do what's best for yourself. We're both waiting for the other to make the first move. Trust your gut, it's rarely wrong. Mistakes, I wish I could right my wrongs. Now, cross watcher, if this is flipped, take it however it resonates, okay? But a lot of people during Libra season seem to be trying to, you know, correct things in order to make peace before Scorpio comes in and ends things for good or allows rebirth. Neglected. I failed to give you what you need. All right, let's get the hidden message. Now, for zodiac signs that came through the reading, Gemini, I have Taurus, Libra, Pisces, Pisces again, Libra, Leo, Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn. It really could be any zodiac sign though. Try not to worry too much about that. Now, if you're only watching the love portion and not the general portion, please rock that like and subscribe button for your girl if you haven't already. I greatly appreciate you. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, Gemini, you'll find the link to my website in the description box below of every video that I post on YouTube. BaddisonIntuitiveTarot.com. That's 2 D's, not one for Baddison. And every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I go live with the All Signs Their Feelings for you read. Same type of read as this, but I'm live on air connecting with you guys. So if you want to be a part of it, I will link the most recent one I did. You just click on it and you look for the Gemini timestamp because it's a very long live stream. I feel like you're on the other side of my every breath. Our love was too intense for me to handle. I needed to break away. I cheated you out of real love. I ghosted you because of my own insecurities. I couldn't go against my family to be with you. For some of you, getting along with family may have been a factor. And that's why I picked up on multiple people over here. Gemini, you might have this person's family against you or vice versa, and it's tearing you guys' relationship apart. Or someone was already married at the time you guys connected. Take it however it resonates. All right, so I'm going to move into the general portion of the reading. The timestamp to get to that part is in the description box below. Otherwise, you are more than welcome to watch me clean up. Dibby, 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 dibby. All right. Oh, that was a quick cleanup. And I love these new cards that I just bought. I think they're called like Graffiti Tarot. Oh my goodness. I'll try to remember to put it in the description box, but sometimes I forget, so just bear with me. Alright, one second as I take a sip of my regretful drink. I don't like the apple flavor, but I don't like wasting money. Hey Gemini, welcome to your general portion. I'm going to dive into the week ahead and see what else is going on in your life. Alright. 12 card spread please for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What's going on with Gemini for the next 7 days? From the time they watch this video, regardless if it's friggin' October 2028, what is going on with their life from now at the time they click on the video, add 7 days. 12 card spread, please, for Gemini. What's going on in Gemini's life? Career, money, friends, family, personal, spiritual, development, all the above. Too much shuffles. 1 and 2. Let's rock this and deck for my beautiful Gemmy Gems. All right, coming into the beginning of the week, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Next up is the Queen of Pentacles. Some of you guys are making some sort of financial investment that you're going to see grow like quickly. Normally, Earth energy moves very slow, but it moves slow and stably. I don't think stably is a word. Anyway, but the fact that the Knight of Pentacles came out first and then the Queen of Pentacles came soon after tells me that it's something that is going to be a long-term investment, but you already see the return on investment early on to keep you motivated. Okay, take that however it resonates. We have the Three of Wands, beautiful. I love that card. We have the Ten of Swords. Some of you Geminis are making a decision to sacrifice something this week in order to have, you know, your time invested elsewhere. Whether this is you leaving a job to apply to a new job that's already showing you benefits improving, or this is you cutting out a relationship, moving closer to something more long-term with another. It could be a plethora of things. Oh man, the Tower. You're being very direct with me today. I like it. We have the Page of Swords. You got some information coming towards you that's going to allow you to feel more confident in some sort of decision. The Ten of Cups, beautiful. The World card, there it is. Yeah, you're letting something go. And you're getting something better in its place. What's your advice this week? What is that card? Eight of Cups. I just got these cards, so I'm still learning the artwork. Your potential blockage this week, Gemini? The High Priestess. Do not question your intuition, Gemini, because you're getting all the information right handed to you from your higher self. Don't ignore it. Don't question it. Your theme this week? The Queen of Cups. Yeah, your intuition is intuitioning this week, Gemini. You are on high alert. For you to show up with the Queen of Cups as your theme, as we're getting ready to transition into Scorpio season, tells me that you're getting a lot of downloads this week, but some of you may ignore them. That's me overthinking. No, that's not for me. No, that's a coincidence. Pay attention to the signs that you're going to be receiving. And usually when the High Priestess comes in with the Queen of Cups, it kind of tells me you're going to be getting these messages in a different type of way. Whether through songs on the radio, or through, like, you know, repeated patterns that are just coming up for you. Something like that. I'll clarify it. But I'm also getting dreams. So journal your dreams. That could be why it's showing up in the blockage. You wake up and the first thing you do is probably scroll on your phone, check your emails, things like that. They're saying to instead wake up, grab a journal, and then jot down everything about your dream, even the weird stuff. You know, the weird dreams are the ones that are more meant for you, I feel. What's the overall energy? The Hermit. Influenced by the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Nice. I like it. Ace of Pentacles, you guys already know, is one of my favorite aces. So it feels like, Gemini, you've got something that you're being nudged towards. It's like you're being energetically nudged to it, and you'll just feel that pull in a different direction. But in order to really fully accept it and walk through that door, because this card looks like you're standing in front of a door. Okay? I think anyways, that's kind of what it shows me. It's like you're standing in front of a door and you're thinking to yourself, do I walk in it? Is it a door meant for me? Am I meant to walk past it? What do I do? And you're just trying to figure it out. But in order to walk through that door, you might have to walk away from another door. Eight of Cups as your advice. And once you walk away from that door, that's when it shuts and locks and you can't go back in. Ten of Swords. You got the Tower in the beating heart of your spread. With the Tower being in the beating heart of your spread, surrounded by the Ten of Swords and the Page of Swords, this is you bouncing back from whatever this is and quickly gaining some insight into why this has to happen. All right, let's break it down. Clarify the High Priestess as their blockage this week. Three of Cups. Some of you are not listening to your intuition about a friend that needs to be cut off. Whether the friend is talking smack behind your back or is talking to any romantic partner you're into or trying to take financial opportunities that are meant for you if you work together. Something like that. Someone you celebrate your victories with may not be a good friend of yours. And you might be, you know, questioning whether you should close the door on something. That's not for all of you. For some of you, this is talking about dating. You may be dating somebody right now and you're like torn about what to do. And I got the Five of Cups right underneath that. Something you're sad about may be clouding your judgment right now, clouding your intuition. And I got the devil influencing that. It feels like I have a Gemini that's like, why is this happening to me? Is there a way to avoid this? And the universe is like, yeah, Gemini, there is a way to avoid this. Walk through this door. But you're like hesitating. It's like you're scared to touch the door handle as if it's like hot. And I just saw the image of that scene in Home Alone where Marv was opening up that handle and it was hot because of Macaulay Culkin. Anyway. Maybe you've been burned before when you trusted your intuition to open up a door. But maybe your intuition was leading you in the right direction and you needed to go through some sort of painful experience to learn from it. And now you may be seeing as your intuition being a bad thing to listen to. Because the last time you listened to your intuition, you may have gotten really hurt. But I'm strongly getting that that was a part of a growing experience for you. And to still continue trusting your intuition, because those are specific life lessons that you may have signed up for. Clarify the Queen of Cups. Two of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. For some of you, this is a work situation. For some of you, you've got a work situation that you're trying to figure out. You're definitely coming in as someone that is very talented, very skillful, and you're just trying to figure out where your talents are deserving. With that Queen of Cups as your theme, with the Eight of Pentacles, which is my work card, some of you guys are very spiritual and you might be meant for working in the field of spirituality. Don't force that one. Clarify the Ten of Swords in the Tower. Or the Queen of Cups oftentimes shows up when someone is good for like fields of being in the health department, like a nurse, a doctor, or a school teacher. Sometimes the Queen of Cups shows up as. Clarify that Tower and the Ten of Swords, and it came out with the Eight of Cups and the Page of Swords again, and I already connected the Page of Swords to that Tower. And then I see the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Some sort of tower is happening this week in order to help you with your future investments. It's going to help you. It's not going to be something to be scared about. They want you to prepare for some sudden change this week, but that it's a sudden change that you're going to quickly know exactly why it's happening, and it's going to ease your stress about it. And it's going to give you that decision to turn your back on something. Wow. I mean, you are a Gemini. Geminis are really adaptive. You guys really know how to adapt pretty well to life's twists and turns. But with the Ten of Cups being here next to the World, I'm feeling like this is going to be a very beautiful turnout for you. That's beautiful. That's showing me that your higher self is guiding you to removing some things from your life that you may be clinging on to, thinking that it's supposed to be there when it was meant to be there at one point, but now you've outgrown it. You've already learned the lesson from it, and now you're just kind of like lingering around because of attachment maybe, memories maybe, fear of hurting people maybe. Like imagine going through 4 years of high school and you've learned all the lessons, but you're there 8 years later. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You've already learned all the lessons. Why are you staying there? Oh, because my high school friends are here. This is where I feel comfortable. I know what to expect. Things like that. Some of you guys have outgrown a job, but you're staying there even though the benefits isn't benefiting anymore, and they've got something beneficial for you. But they might be having you do something in a slow way to see the slow progress to motivate you to go all in on it. Some of you guys are teachers, or you are meant to be a guide to people. Okay, you've got a lot of information to share with the world. You're very intelligent. Clarify that Ten of Swords again. Ten of Cups and the Fool in reverse. There's a pending new beginning for you, Gemini, that's going to lead to the Ten of Cups, and I see it right there. And the more you stall, the more the Tower is going to come in and shake it. Shake you from that foundation. kind of like this. Kind of like, say you're at a job you don't like anymore, but you're there because it pays the bills, but there's something else that you want to do, but you're kind of scared to do it. The Tower to the Ten of Swords could be you getting laid off. You know, and it forces you to think quick, because Geminis think quick, and adapt to something else. And that idea, that skill you've been storing behind the scenes is now time to be activated, time to be front and center. Some of you Geminis work better under pressure. You're that type of person that might stall studying for an exam, but the night before you're cramming and you end up passing that test easy. You work best under pressure, right? If your house is messy and you know people are going to be joining your home in a week, you wait till the very night before and you just knock it all out and get it all clean perfectly. It's like some of you Geminis may work best under pressure, and your guides know this about you. And that is pressure if I've ever seen it. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. That's beautiful. And I got it right here. Gemini, for some of you, you've got some sort of gift inside of you it's begging to be experienced and embraced. But you're nervous about it. And for some of you, you've got some sort of stable opportunity coming towards you, but you haven't walked through the door yet because of maybe a prior experience where you got burned. You know, especially if it's associated with other people in your life. Maybe some of you are being offered a chance to collaborate with another business if you're a business owner, but the last time you collaborated with a business, it hurt your reputation, or it didn't give you what you thought it was going to give you. It stressed you out more than helped you. And now you're getting another chance to, you know, collaborate with someone more like-minded as you, where there's going to be more return on your investment. And you're being guided to trust it. It does feel kind of financial. And if it's not financially related, Gemini, it's something that's meant to be in your life in the 3D form. It's not a feeling. It's not an idea once it's activated. It's an idea now. But once it's activated, it's something that other people can see who are in your inner circle. They see it coming to life, whatever this is. So it's not a feeling that only you feel. It's an situation coming alive. And it brings you a lot of blessings. Okay? Some of you may need to disengage from people this week and just have some alone time with your thoughts to really figure out what it is that you're needing to do with that Hermit as your overall energy. Geminis do really well when they shut out the outside noise and the internal noise, because Geminis do like to talk to themselves a lot. Hey, I got a Virgo Mercury. I talk to myself all the time. I'll be in the car just talking and people driving by going, who the heck is she talking to? Me. But really, it's your higher self that you're having a conversation with when you talk to yourself or your spirit guides. Okay? All right, clarify that Hermit, Ace of Pentacles. Hello. The Star. Why did I just activate Surrey on my phone? Hold on, a card fell on the floor. Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is like the baby version of the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you, this is kind of telling me that you're stepping out of your comfort zone around this time frame. Whether you're interested in going back to school, or you're taking on a job that might be something different for you, and you're nervous, but it's got growth attached to it, and it's in alignment with something that you've been wishing for. For others, you're being ripped from possibly a very unhappy situation, whether with friends or family or a lover, and being put in a different direction to walk away from that, to spend some alone time with yourself, to heal, to process everything that happened. And then that's when a potential new friendship, new love interest, new situation happens, and it's in alignment with what you want going forward. It matches the version of yourself that you want to be associated with. Sometimes when we hold on to people from our past, they just look at us the same way that we were 20 years ago, totally negating all of the work that we've done on ourselves, the healing. Like imagine being around friends and family and they see who you are today and they're like, wow, you're doing great, Gemini. But then you go back to your hometown to visit family and they still see you as Gemini from high school who got in trouble, you know, was unhealed, things like that. And they still see that image of you. Something like that. It feels like you've got somebody in your life that keeps on throwing things in your face and it's connected to the old you. And they're keeping you boxed in a label that is suffocating you. And it's leaving you feeling like every time you're around them, you feel like you're not appreciated for who you are today. And it makes you feel like you don't want to walk through that door and spend time with them anymore. It's like, geez, every time I go hang out with these people, I walk away feeling worse about myself. I don't know if I want to go through that door. And for some of you, your intuition is saying to walk away from that door, but there's another door soon after. Something like that. Something like that. You got a big change happening for you. You've got a big change happening for you, Gemini. For some of you, you've been working on something since 2021. That is a specific message. Something since 2021. Change your fate. Your story isn't fixed. It's unfolding with every choice you make. Claim your power and write a new ending. Boom. What's on the bottom? Cultivate courage. Your courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the ability to move forward despite it. So I hope that helped. I hope it made sense. You've got some really positive changes happening for you, Gemini. There's a door, but there's another door you might have to have locked up in order to walk through a better door. All right, so please only take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It was an honor to read for you today. If you want to book a private reading, the link to my website is in the description box below the video, BaddisonIntuitiveTarot.com. That's 2 D's, not 1 for Baddison. And I hope to see you Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the live stream, the All Signs, Their Feelings for You. All right, later, Gators.